The Man in the Hills. Thomas puffs proudly all over the island of Sodor. He is especially happy to visit his friends on the narrow gauge railway. There is always something special to do or to see in the high hills. One day, Thomas puffed into the wharf. Lots of his friends were there. It was Mr. Percival's birthday. The little engines had a lot to do before they could go to his party. Thomas was excited. They were all very excited. Thomas had never heard of the Man in the Hills. An idea flew into Thomas's funnel. Thomas was uncoupled from his flatbed, and he chuffed quickly away. Thomas raced through the hills. He chuffed to himself. Thomas puffed up to a hillside halt. There was a man all dressed in white. He thought excitedly to himself. So the man climbed on board, and Thomas chuffed away. Thomas puffed proudly into the wharf. The man stepped from Thomas's cab. Thomas was surprised. Scarloe and Rheneas giggled, and Thomas steamed quickly away. Thomas searched high and low. He huffed to himself. Thomas chuffed towards the mill. A man was waiting nearby. He was white from head to foot, thought Thomas. So the man climbed on board, and Thomas chuffed away. Thomas puffed back into the wharf. The man stepped down. Thomas could see the miller was no longer white. All the flour had blown off him. Thomas was upset. The miller was worried. The narrow gauge engines were cross with Thomas, said Sir Handel sternly. Thomas felt terrible. So Thomas asked Scarloe and Rheneas to take the party tent. The miller and the dairyman boarded Thomas's cab, and Thomas raced quickly away. Thomas was determined to put everything right. Thomas delivered the dairyman to the dairy to make the ice cream, and he delivered the miller to the mill. At last, the birthday cake was baked, and Thomas chuffed quickly away with it. Thomas met Freddie at a junction. Freddie was on his way to the party. Freddie was happy to help, and together they puffed quickly away. Thomas and Freddie stopped at the Green Hills Junction. Suddenly, Thomas gasped. There, all in white, was a man. He was carved into the hillside. He shone in the moonlight. Suddenly, Thomas had an idea, and Freddie raced away. Soon, all the engines were gathered by the Man in the Hills. The engines gasped, and everyone was delighted. There, far away and high up in the high hills, Sir Handel was ready to tell his story. And Mr. Percival had the best birthday present ever from all of the engines.